Tēnā koutou katoa, ko rangitane o Kaitina Tokuiwi, ko Connor aho. Kia ora everyone, my name's Connor. I'm a student and staff member here at Victoria University of Wellington, and I identify as Takatapui. Takatapui is an umbrella term we use to describe somebody who is both Māori and part of the rainbow community. So for myself, I use it as I'm gay and Māori, and I see sexuality as something I inherit through my ancestry. I'm here to talk a bit about being rainbow in tertiary environments. I can't necessarily talk for people across the whole rainbow spectrum. I can only talk from my own experience as a cisgender guy. So cisgender meaning that I can't really speak for the experiences for gender minorities in particular. So if you're interested in this topic and you want to do more work regarding how to make our campuses safer for students of sexual and gender minorities, then please do the further readings and try to hear from a wider range of people if you can. As I'm sure you know, rainbow students and staff face a particular number of challenges compared with cisgender heterosexual students. Some of these include more obvious or public ones like harassment and discrimination. However, some of them are more subtle, and I'm here to talk about a bit of these today and to kind of show you why we really need more advocates in our universities on this issue. So for myself, as an 18-year-old when I left high school, I was already out. I'd been out for about 2 or 3 years. I'd been quite engaged with my local rainbow community. However, shifting to Wellington was quite a big step, and moving into halls in particular, I was constantly Googling words like homophobia, gay, queer with my university and my hall to see what would come up, and just didn't really find any information. This was big for me as I wasn't sure if the people I was living with were going to be homophobic or how they were going to treat me or others around. So there was quite a lot of anxiety around that. Another thing I was concerned about was my application for my hall in general and university. So under leadership experience, I put down a lot about the rainbow organisations I'd been working with and the work I'd been doing. However, I didn't know who was reading my application, whether or not they were homophobic and how they would treat me. So that was another cause for anxiety, and again, there was no information from my university to show how they treated students like me and what might be happening. When I eventually arrived at my hall, I went into my corridor, and on every second door was a giant pink butterfly or a giant insect, F for female. Also, my university lecturers and tutors, I didn't really see my identity role models. I didn't see any out lecturers or students or staff, and I guess it's those factors that make you start thinking that you're not thought about or that you're not included. So I didn't really see myself being role modeled or talked about or heard about at all, but what I did hear and what the other students like me did hear were the violent attacks and the homophobic attacks happening in our city, in our country, in our community. And if that's the only messages that I was hearing around my identity, you can start to feel a bit unsafe. And if there's nobody advocating for you and your rights within your institution, it can start to feel like quite a lonely place. Because even though these things might not happen to you, these violent attacks, these attacks in general, you just think about the fact that they might happen, and that alone is stressful on itself. These are just a few things that students will be thinking about and will be affecting them. And although you as a staff member might not be able to solve all of these issues, just being open as a person who people can talk to or who's addressing some of these issues can help. To be honest, when I enter a crowded room and I look across people's faces, I don't see a room filled of potential allies. I see a room filled of people who might potentially disagree with me in my very existence. And a lot of students feel the same as that. So we need to be making sure that even though there might be these homophobes out there, that students are knowing that they're good people to talk to and who accept them and who welcome them into this space. So if you're able to be one person who can be a safe person students can talk to, then you're doing a great job. Whether or not you know all the answers to the issues facing the community in general, just being an advocate and being visible as one is a great step in the right direction. Ngā mihi nui koutou. Thanks for all of your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the module.